A family with Utah ties just devastated this weekend after an avalanche in Idaho killed a Montana man.
Fox 13's Diego Romo spoke with members of the man's family living here in Utah about the man that he was and the help already pouring in.
There's just that feeling of not really fully, not understanding fully that he's dead.
A family and community in shock after losing a beloved husband, father, friend, and neighbor.
Andy was an amazing person. He had the funniest sense of humor.
30-year-old Andy Jessop of Corvallis, Montana died Friday after he triggered an avalanche while snowmobiling in an area known as Smiley Creek in Idaho's Sawtooth National Forest. According to an initial report from the Sawtooth Avalanche Center, Jessop deployed his avalanche airbag after the slide triggered, which kept him above the surface. He was carried roughly 600 feet down the mountain and died from blunt force trauma after colliding with a tree. Jessop's sister-in-law, Camilla Peterson, who lives in San Pete County, describes him as an avid outdoorsman and experienced snowmobiler.
He knew what he was doing. He lived and breathed snowmobiling. Any spare minute he had, he would go up and he would be snowmobiling.
Jessop met his wife Heather in Utah. She grew up in Gunnison. They married in 2012 and moved to Montana a few years ago. That's where he worked as a mechanic and volunteered as a reserve sheriff's deputy on the weekends. Peterson says he lived a life in service to others.
One of the most giving and thoughtful people I've ever known.
Always willing to drop whatever he was doing to lend a helping hand.
He has done so much for hundreds and hundreds of people without ever expecting anything in return.
Avalanche conditions across the Intermountain West continue to be dangerous after a dry start to the season and heavy snowfall in the last few weeks. The Sawtooth Avalanche Center posted this video Friday detailing the snow conditions at the site of the accident.
What we're finding is about more than 3 feet of snow that failed on a melt freeze crust with a thin layer of facets on it.
Jessop is survived by his wife and 5 children, as well as family in Montana and Utah. A GoFundMe page set up for the Jessop family has raised more than $55,000 in the last day. Peterson says they are overwhelmed by the love and support.
It's been really beautiful to see how much love people had for Andy and his family.
The Sawtooth Avalanche Center will release a full accident report in the coming days. And if you want to help the Jessop family, we will link you over to their GoFundMe page at fox13now.com. In Salt Lake City, Diego Romo, Fox 13 News, Utah.